I'm in the game. It's a common phrase heard over our headsets. And as fantastical as that might seem to be in the game, the truth is actually much more enchanting than that. Where is the game we're playing? The files are on your drive, and the screen is showing you the visuals. The headset is creating sounds. And so, as a matter of what we perceive, is certainly coming from the device we're playing on. But as a conscious experience, the game is taking place in your mind. We're not so much entering the game as we are creating it. As a result, it's really difficult to think of a game that's devoid of meaning. But none of the files or audio visuals coming from your device has any meaning on its own. It only gains meaning when we engage with it. That only happens in our minds. We're attaching meaning to something that on its own is meaningless. And so when we say we are entering the game, what we really mean is that we are building a world in our minds where we intend to play. Even the faults or shortcomings of the game can be patched through the clockwork that's mapping the gap between our senses and conscious experience. It's not that different from dreaming, only this dream is restricted by the input to our senses from the game. We aptly call this experience immersion. If we immerse deeply enough, even the simplest stimulus can act as a game. That might seem insane, but what we call a game, it all happens in our minds. A game is a crutch to which our minds attach meaning, the same meaning we get when we act in the real world. But if we fail to realize this fact, it can become a horror that we're only able to find meaning in our games. Then we are substituting life for an attempt at simulating it. This is a waste of time, of course, because our lives are short, and if the value of games really is profundity, then we'd want to maximize it, to extend what we're experiencing in real life to the games we play. If you've ever experienced tragic loss in your life, then experiencing a similar loss in a video game through a character can broaden our thinking about our own loss, and thus deepen our experience of life. That's how games can enrich our lives, lifting our real lives by adding to its profundity and depth. If I could make any game I wanted, I'd make one that lifts the human spirit rather than replaces it. I've been Frank. Farewell.